community has a huge challenge how to act in fragile states. Over 1.2 million people live in countries classified as fragile according to World Bank criteria. This situation is doomed to worsen as the financial crisis spreads further around the globe. It is also imperative that the resources are used more efficiently for the benefit of concrete results on the ground.
And in fact, in March of this year, the Swiss government, in close cooperation with the OECD, the UN, NATO, and the World Bank, developed a framework known as the 3C Roadmap to underscore, again, the importance of coordination and cooperation.
3C stands for coherence, coordination, and complementarity.
Now, the 3C process is not a new initiative. It is designed to reinforce processes that are already in place and provide critical support for them.
With this roadmap, we have for the first time an agreed language from development, defense, diplomacy, security, justice, finance, and policy representatives. And hopefully they will serve as an international reference.
But what we're doing today is we're inviting our international partners to have a look at what the U.S. government is doing to strengthen our process, to assess our process. We need this to be successful, and this is where, again, the support of our international partners and the 3C process is one way to ensure that significant success.
Find ourselves increasingly working together rather than trying to define borders that keep us apart. Because the world we live in today often has us in places where there is an interest in defense, an interest in effective diplomacy, and an interest in effective development that have to work together. The civil society enthusiasm and advocacy for development has grown stronger. And our universities are experiencing strong demand for courses and programs in development studies. So against this background, Secretary Clinton launched this QDDR in August, and President Obama signed a PSD on development policy in September. And the heightened national and international interest in development that I've been describing, I suggest, is a continuing stimulus to progress in both these undertakings.
That the stakes here of getting this right are extraordinarily high, not only in terms of our national security mission, but I think in terms of the relevance of U.S. civilian agencies. From a congressional perspective, from a foreign affairs viewpoint, I think that's one of our fundamental missions, to make sure that our civilian apparatus is both fully resourced and has the right authorities to make sure it's doing its mission.
What we have developed over the past years are mechanisms at all levels that allow to coordinate all these relevant stakeholders from all the federal departments involved, going clearly beyond the 3Ds. And these interdepartmental coordination mechanisms serve as, I would say, fairly effective platforms to exchange information, to coordinate our efforts, and to ensure greater coherence in our foreign policy.